Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more news and latest Canadian immigration updates by Blue Eye Immigration.
Today I will discuss about Canada Express Entry Draw, the 186 invitations to apply, ETA, issued by New Brunswick in March brought the total number sent out this year by the Atlantic Canadian province to 330. The number of its sent out in March in the province was up 29.1% from the 144 it issued in February. The bilingual province in Atlantic Canada does not post the results of its immigration draws but does publish the monthly results of those draws. The latest monthly results reveal New Brunswick issued 74 ETAs through its Express Entry Occupations Indiana Demand Connection (OIDC) program and another 70 such invitations through its New Brunswick Employment Connection (EC) program last month, as well as 42 through its New Brunswick Student Connection program. So far this year, the province has sent out 156 ETAs through the NB Employment Connection program, 93 through NB Student Connection, and 81 through NB Occupations in Demand. Since the start of February, New Brunswick has stopped accepting expressions of interest, EOI, through its C program for 4 categories of workers, those with the National Occupational Classification, NOC, codes. 62,010, Retail Sales Supervisors. 60,030, Restaurant and Food Service Managers. 62,020, Food Service Supervisors. 63,200, Cooks. Those workers can still apply, though, through the Atlantic Immigration Program, IPE, and New Brunswick Provincial Nominee Program, NBPNP, Skilled Worker Stream. Applicants under the EC must meet the minimum work experience, language proficiency, and educational requirements and demonstrate proof of sufficient funds. Under that program, the work requirement is at least 1 year of full-time paid work, 1,560 hours total, or an equal amount of part-time work. That work experience must be in the NOC tier categories 0, 1, 2, or 3 and must be in the same type of job as indicated on the immigration application. NB Express Entry applicants must pass a valid language test in French or English. All applicants submitting an application through that B Express Entry stream must also have a valid language test in English or French, administered by an agency designated by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC. That language test must be less than 18 months old at the time the application is submitted to the province of New Brunswick, and the applicant must have obtained a minimum score of Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB, 7 for English or Niveaux de Compétences Linguistiques Canadiens, NCLC, 7 for French. Applicants who have not graduated from a Canadian educational institution must also provide a copy of an educational credential assessment completed by a designated organization. Settlement funds are not required for open work permit holders with a minimum 1 year work experience in Tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 occupations in Canada. Through the OIDC program, applicants are issued a letter of interest, LOI, from the Federal Express Entry System and must have a valid Express Entry profile. Upon receiving that LOL, the applicant can create an expression of interest, EOI, in the INB portal, the province's immigration portal, and has 45 days from the date of receiving the LOL to do that. The minimum work experience required under the OIDC is at least 1 year of full-time paid work, 1,560 hours total, or an equal amount of part-time work in occupations with NOC codes in the 0, 1, 2, or 3 categories. That work experience can be in Canada or abroad but must be paid work and in the same occupation as used on the immigration application. Since this is an NB Express Entry stream application, it must also meet the language and educational requirements, and the applicant must demonstrate that he or she intends to live in New Brunswick and have sufficient funds to do so. NB Student Connection applicants do not need a valid job offer. Settlement funds are not required for open work permit holders with a minimum 1 year work experience in Canada. Those applying through the NB Student Connection program do not need to have a job offer but must have completed their studies within the last 6 months in a program that qualifies for a postgraduate work permit, PGWP, be living in the province, and actively looking for work. Graduate students in thesis-based programs can apply once that school work has been officially submitted for an evaluation. The grads applying through this program must also meet the same work experience and language proficiency requirements as for the other two programs and intend to live in New Brunswick. They do not, however, have to demonstrate proof of funds provided they are already open work permit holders and have the required work experience. Applicants under this program provide a copy of at least two of the following documents showing successful completion of a PGWP. Eligible program of study in New Brunswick within the past 6 months. 1. Final transcripts. 2. Diploma or certificate, or 3. A letter of completion from the institution. Those who have completed their education in Canada do not need to provide educational credential assessments, ECA, but postgrads applying at the point of the submission of their thesis do need to provide such an ECA by a designated organization.
That is over today in video. Thanks for watching entire video. Hopefully information useful to you. See you later in next video.